It's now 6 o'clock. Scott is off and Jenny's in with us tonight. And we begin with teachers across Indiana using a new system to track some special education documents for students. But many are reporting issues and problems.
Our Matthew Foltz spoke with a consultant who helped set up the new system.
This year, Indiana teachers are dealing with a new Power School system used to track individualized education programs, or IEPs. Those are plans that help teachers adjust lessons in classrooms for kids with things like ADHD or autism.
What they're really trying to do is increase the accuracy of reporting, ease of monitoring.
Abby West is the special education director of Adam Wells Special Services and a consultant that worked with the State Department of Education to set up this new system, which rolled out back on July 18th.
The legacy system had been in place for about 12 years, so there were thousands and thousands of documents and a lot of data to transfer.
The system is for special education teachers to fill out information for their students to help the state track certain documents for those students.
Unfortunately, it has impacted teachers and their frustration level.
West also works with 5 districts in the northeast part of the state. She says it's now creating issues for teachers. One thing she says is duplicates of documents for one student that may have been transferred over.
If this is a parent, this is their name, we have to have everything under a single entry. And this is what the system is expecting. And so those sort of things where when we were in isolation, it's okay, but when it's an integrated system, it's not.
It's a similar issue teachers are having right here in Central Indiana. Take a look at this Facebook support group page that was started by a special education teacher 2 weeks ago, and it already has over 1,000 members. That teacher tells me over the phone that it used to take about 2 hours to fill out the paperwork. Now it can take up to 4 to 6 hours, leaving her with less time to work with her students.
One of my data managers recently talked to me, and he'd already timed that it was going to be about 15 minutes to hand clean up each record. And so thinking about very large districts, IPS, who have thousands and thousands of students, it's going to be it's going to take some time.
And it's a process West believes will take a little bit of patience before everything is running smoothly. Reporting in Indy, I'm Matthew Foltz, 13 News.
And West also told Matthew that teachers should continue to submit ticket help to Power School and report to directors. The IDOE will also be launching more resources for parents in the fall that'll help them with this new system as well. Ann?
Thank you, Jenny. I'm here in the Weather Center with Angela, and we just cannot say enough about what a wonderful weather day today. Really a perfect chance to get outside on this unofficial end of summer. And so, you know, the blue skies, the temperatures, the lower humidity, definitely a glorious, worthy day.
For sure, and really all weekend long. Because it's been cool, yes, in the mornings, but still plenty warm for end of summertime activities like hitting the lake or hitting the pool one more time. We made it into the low 80s. This is the first time in almost 2 weeks that we've been in the 80s, and we're still at 81 in Indianapolis, 81 degrees Bainbridge, 81 Noblesville, 82 Brown County, and 80 with sunshine in Crawfordsville. Evening temperatures will stay in the upper 70s, close to 80. Sunset happens at about 10 after 8 or so. Once the sun goes down, those temperatures will drop into the upper 60s. That's where we will be when you join us tonight at 11 o'clock. Mostly sunny, warm again tomorrow, into the low 80s on Tuesday. We'll be in the low 80s on Wednesday as well, all ahead of a pretty powerful cold front that will drop the temperatures significantly and bring us increased rain chances, especially late Wednesday into early Thursday. I'll have the local timeline in the full forecast.
All right, thank you so much, Angela. We'll check back for that.
So on this Labor Day, people are voicing their frustrations at some 24 protests across our state.
And it includes one here in Indianapolis, downtown at the Indiana State House. And that's where we find our Jenna Webster. She talked to several people today about their concerns for workers' rights.
On this Labor Day, several hundred Hoosiers are out here taking advantage, making their voices heard for a rally that they're saying is focusing on workers over billionaires.
This Labor Day protest was not focused on speeches, just signs, marching, and chanting. And it's not just one issue they're focused on. There's frustration with cuts to the federal workforce, a feeling rights are being taken away from the working class, and uneven salaries.
Who earns thousands of percent more than their least workers would? How many people, it's unconscionable. It really, really is. But the wealthy will take care of the wealthy.
And we do deserve to be treated with dignity, with respect, with appreciation, not chip away at all of the things that we worked so hard for our entire life.
Now, while this protest was on Labor Day, Indy Resists, which helped organize this rally, also hosts a weekly peace rally in Greenfield on Saturdays. They say they're actually trying to expand and do more weekly peace rallies around the state. In Indianapolis, Jenna Webster, 13 News.
And our Ella Rhodes is over in Anderson. That's a community, of course, with strong working class roots. And there was a similar rally there today.
So, Ella, what do people there have to say?
People here in Anderson celebrated what Labor Day means to them at the UAW and rallied behind a greater cause impacting the community.
The United Automobile Workers and the American Federation of Teachers teamed up for a Labor Day rally to support workers' rights. Both groups want the working class to have power, not billionaires and CEOs. Anderson's UAW says the federal government policy changes for things like tariffs, cuts to Medicare, Social Security, and education hurt the working class people of Anderson, a community known for its strong industrial roots. Melanie Wright with the American Federation of Teachers says leaders in the country need to put themselves in everyday Americans' shoes.
When a person is making decisions regarding other people, to have the heart of a servant leader and not just be able to make decisions based on a top-down policy, to really get in the trenches and see how people need to be helped.
Both the UAW and AFT in Anderson say the community's turnout gives them hope for the future. In Anderson, Ella Rhodes, 13 News.
Now, a teacher with AFT in Anderson says its overall goal is to have more than 1 million people all across the country rallying on Labor Day, pushing for workers' rights.
Now to new information in the Delphi case. Attorneys in the Delphi murder case appeal are asking for more time to put together their case.
And one reason is Allen's move to Oklahoma. Richard Allen's appeal is currently due next week. In November, he was convicted of killing Libby German and Abby Williams. Allen's attorneys say there's just so much information and so much evidence to go through, and they say they've only been able to talk to their client, Richard Allen, just once. So their request for an extension also notes the attorneys are spending time dealing with Allen's transfer to a prison in Oklahoma and that they may have to travel there to meet with him. But they say scheduling any visit has been a slow process. We have been covering all of the twists and turns of this case for more than 8 years now. Just scan this QR code on your screen for a link to our coverage, and it'll take you to all of our comprehensive coverage online at WTHR.com/Delphi.
A Chicago murder suspect is in a Tipton County jail after sheriff's deputies arrested him during a traffic stop. Deputies heard about the search after a state police trooper spotted the suspect's car going by a Kokomo traffic camera. Then they found the suspect in a speeding car on US 31 and pulled over the driver. Inside, they found 2.5 ounces of marijuana, $762. Here in Indiana, the suspect now faces a preliminary drug charge.
And we do have a heads up for drivers around the Indianapolis area. Indigo is going to be starting construction on the Blue Line tomorrow, and that possibly could impact your commute. The first impact to drivers starts on the west side. Washington Street will be closed from Belmont Avenue to Harding Street for about 6 months. One lane will remain open to get to homes and businesses there. Also on the east side, the intersection of Washington Street and Sherman Drive will also close tomorrow. That will be for about 2 weeks. We're told that is to fix utility and sewer lines. The Blue Line is the bus project connecting the West Side Airport all the way over to the east side of Indianapolis.